Welcome back to Wake Up America. So senators will vote for a 12th time today on if they will reopen the government as the shutdown stretches into week 4.
Both sides continue to dig their heels in. So joining us now is the chairman of the Senate Help Committee and members of the Veterans Affairs Committee, Louisiana Republican Senator Bill Cassidy. Great to have you here. Mr. Chairman, you were at yesterday's working lunch with the president and fellow Senate Republicans. All the leaders, they got together, they're describing this unity within the party, and as the Democrats, they're still not voting in favor of anything. Watch.
This is the 4th week of the Democrat shutdown, but we are all here today because your Republican team in the Senate is unified. This is now the longest full shutdown in history, but everybody here has voted now 11 different times to open up the government, and we are going to keep voting to open up the government.
So the Republicans, they are unified here. However, you're still going to need some Democrats to cross the lines to make this go through. Do you anticipate any Democrats potentially doing that, given how long this is dragging out? And it doesn't look good for the Democrats right now.
It doesn't look good. At least 3 of them are. But this is effectively the Schumer shutdown. Chuck could tell his people, vote for it, and they would do it. But what we know is that the far left has intimidated the rank-and-file Democrat, including Chuck Schumer. He's afraid of a primary from AOC, and they are willing to sacrifice the well-being of the country for the intimidation they're receiving from their far left wing. Chuck could end this. Chuck Schumer could end this today. And I guess I'm calling upon him to do that. Then we can begin to deal with the issues that theoretically they want to deal with.
Yeah, and as we gear up for today's vote, again, the 12th vote, Democrats are now preparing to counter a Republican bill that would pay the military and federal workers during this shutdown. What changes could they possibly want to make here? It seems like a no-brainer to keep paychecks flowing for America's heroes. What do you think?
Absolutely. We know a lot of those folks serving in the military are like 20 to 30 years old, and they're married and have a child. Oftentimes, those families are very paycheck to paycheck. And they are the ones frontline defending our country, guided by a sense of mission. Don't exploit their sense of mission. Go ahead and pay them. They are the most vulnerable to economic pressure, the pocketbook pressure. Chuck, open the government, like right now, so that we can take care of them. But if you won't do that, at least support the bill that I am supporting that would make sure that our servicemen and women and other, like air traffic controllers, get the paycheck they need while they are on duty standing by our country.
Yeah, they got a partial paycheck, and then next week, I believe it's 0 if this shutdown continues. Let's shift to this bill you're introducing with Senate Majority Whip John Barrasso, nominating President Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. You're nominating him for his response to the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic, Operation Warp Speed. Can you tell us why you decided to do this now during the shutdown?
Yeah, well, it was just due, period. If there had been a world war in which millions of people were dying, shutting down government and kids being kept out of school, and somebody ended that world war, they would have said, oh my gosh, Nobel Prize. Like Winston Churchill got a Nobel Prize after World War II. So instead, why don't we say we had a biologic war taking place? And it was just as serious as a world war, with millions dying, with government and economy shut down, children out of school, with all the negative effects of that. It was said optimistically that it would take at least 18 months to have a vaccine ready. Some said 10 years. President Trump, guiding our government using tools Congress gave, was able to start putting shots in people's arms in 10 and 11 months. Immediately, economies begin to reopen, governments reopen. Kids going back to school, not so much. The teachers' unions had something to do with that. But still, that was remarkable. If this was a hot war, Nobel Peace Prize, no doubt. This was a biologic war. In my mind, Nobel Peace Prize, no doubt.
Senator, just about 10 seconds. Bottom line, 12th vote today. Do we reopen the government today, or does it extend another day?
I think Chuck hunkers down some more. He's got to satisfy his political base. He's still not sure that he's done so. We need to end the Schumer shutdown.
All right.
We shall see.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. Senator Bill Cassidy.